Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about some updates to constitutional carry stuff in both Nebraska and in South Carolina, where it looks like South Carolina is going to become number 26 in the constitutional carry line of succession and the rights of this nation. I say that obviously because they have officially passed out of one chamber in their General Assembly right now, meaning their House, has passed through their version of constitutional carry right now. So basically, it's going to take to their state senate, and then I believe it's the governor's desk after that. And depending if people want to do amendments on it and stuff like that, it might have to go back and forth between state house and state senate, and it might take a little bit of time or whatever the case be, because they did that shit in Ohio here quite a bit, is what it was, dude. You had multiple, and that's the thing people always, especially Langley Outdoors Academy fucked up on, was he didn't bother doing research and assumed we just had one bill going through our General Assembly last year, when we actually had two bills going through our General Assembly. One was the House, one was the Senate, and it eventually became our state Senate's version that actually passed through, as I believe it was SB 215 was what actually became constitutional carry in the state of Ohio. Of course, they, added in Terry stops and stupid bullshit like that right at the tail end of the thing and the finish line and stuff like that, because scumbags are going to scumbag is what it is. But at least they didn't try to, throw in fucking red flag laws, universal background checks, which every single Democrat here tried to do, actually, specifically. Well, it wasn't every single Democrat. It was basically the Democrat Party tried to do that shit, specifically through Tabby Golonsky and Paula Hicks Hudson multiple times, who are both still in our General Assembly and should be tossed out into prison right now for the shit they pulled here. And I'm assuming that's trying to do kind of the same thing there in Nebraska right now, because I looked into some stuff. But, the big thing with Nebraska is it's not like you can just go in there and be like, oh, I'd like to amend this with like red flag laws or universal background checks or something like that. It's like, that shit ain't going to fly there, dude. Is what it is. So instead, you basically have this chick, and we're going to talk about her in a minute here, who is one of the Democrat state senator there in Nebraska, named Michelle Kavanaugh. I think that's her pronounced her name. This is what she looks like right here. She's a soulless ginger. Um, she is the soulless. She is the most soulless of all gingers, actually. It seems like. There's a picture of her and her family. It looks like a bunch of kids and stuff, little baby. But yeah, she just looks like a fucking. She actually looks like a library Karen, honestly, if you want to be serious about it. But yeah, she is trying to basically sandbag their shit there with stupid bullcrap. It's mostly just like putting in like for instance, it would be like, they have like something in the legislation that's like, a person or something like that, and she's like, oh, we'll put it in this label or that label or whatever the case be, and it's like, that's just fucking stupid. Or it's like locked and labeled or something like that, which I'm assuming has to do with like kind of like safe storage crap is what it is. And the thing is, like, again, those have just been filed in there. It was yesterday is what happened there on the 21st, that they were filed into their General Assembly there. And then you had, they've not actually been amended or adopted in there, or whatever the case be, for the actual constitutional carry legislation. That's LB 77 there in Nebraska. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually do get in there or not. Because the thing is, like, it looks like they're not even like really big issues or whatever the case be. It's just like little like nitpicky shit is what it is, because she knows it's gonna pass is what it is, dude. Like, she knows that they have the votes 100% this time around. And the fact of the matter is, you had one vote that cost them it last year there in Nebraska. So there's no way that they're not going to get it this time around, when you have multiple people who have gotten more, multiple counties actually in the state that have gotten more red, and they've gotten more constitutionalist people in there that actually care about the Second Amendment, stuff like that in Nebraska. So yeah, and that's a big thing right now, dude. And looking even here to Ohio is what it is, dude. Like, even just one election cycle can shift the balance of power like very big. You can go from having like, 10, 15 rhinos in your General Assembly or whatever the case be, dude, to having like 5, and have like 10 people that are constitutionalists in there, if they can actually get through, you know. And that's the great thing about primarying people is what it is, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, across this entire country right now, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna, say, like, I'm gonna address guns and gadgets actually. And Jared is right about stuff. He was saying on his video earlier today about how, you know, is it better to have some constitutional carry or not have anything at all, whatever the case be. So here's the thing right now. with Ohio's currently, we're going to get the shit redone actually in a little bit here, dude. The same thing with our stand your ground law, which is just being a castle doctrine and stuff like that. We're already looking at bills right now in this General Assembly to reintroduce stuff and make it better is what it is. And the big thing with that is that when you have these things like that, you have a better overall understanding of things to where you can actually make things better when you get better people in there is what it is, even if that means you're running yourself for office. And the big thing with that is that it's better to have something than have nothing. And what I mean by that is it's better to get through anything that they call constitutional carry at the time, have that as law at some point in your state is what it is. And then from there, the next go around, a year or two down the line or whatever it is, next, election cycle, get new people in there, get better people in there, get people in there that are going to actually pass better versions of stuff and get a new reintroduction of stuff like that, because that's the thing. Even North Dakota right now, they actually passed, it was 93-0 yesterday in their General Assembly because they were improving their constitutional carry, their permitless carry, whatever you want to call it there, into like more of a constitutional carry is what it was, dude. And that's the big thing. It takes time to do that stuff, man. But the thing about that is when you actually look into these things, it's states that understand that, yes, it's time to abide by the Constitution itself. It's time to abide by what the Second Amendment actually says about, war of the militia. And who is the well-regulated militia to keep states free and secure? It's the American people. Straight up, dude. And that's the problem when you have little dipshits like David Hogg and his little fucking anti-gun fucking commies out there that want to shit talk everybody and be all like, oh, this interpretation and biasness that I got from fucking Harvard professors that are going to be biased and shit or get fired tells me this thing. And it's like, yeah, because you're a fucking moron, dude. You're a fucking child, little boy. Go home and fuck off is what it is, seriously. We're sick and tired of your communist bullshit, Hogg and company. And it's not just you guys. It's fucking Giffords. It's Bloomberg. It's all you fuckers on the anti-gun side, dude, because you've lost. You've lost this fucking war already, dude. You may have won a battle or two here and there, but you've lost the fucking war a long time ago, dude. Because no matter what, free men and free women want to be free. And we will continue to be free, and we will make sure that we become free in states at a state level. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to federal legislation right now, dude. That's where Nancy Pelosi and those people fucked up, dude. That's what the Democrat Party at federal level fucked up real big back in the day, dude. Because they sat there, 15, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever it was. And they're like, oh, yeah, we can just sit here and, steal elections and fucking do whatever fucking we want to do is what it is. And, have a bunch of illegals vote them in office there in California and stuff like that through massive voter fraud and whatnot. And what they never realized was, oh, shit, we need to keep the states as well, dude. We need to keep state houses as well. So what happened was over the past 20, 25, 30 years, you've had a whole bunch of state houses start flipping to red majorities, to a red supermajority here in Ohio, et cetera, et cetera. And you've had better groups of people come in there is what it is for the most part. Now, granted, there are still some career rhinos and stuff like that in power right now, and there's still a bunch of Democrats that are in power right now that are career politicians. But that's besides the point. The entire point I'm trying to make is that in this time you've actually had better quality candidates come up and step up to the board and stuff like that, dude. People like my generation who lived through the assaultments ban in 1994 to 2004, who would have been of age to buy rifles, et cetera, that were banned at the time when we were 18 years old. And that's why we're so pissed now, dude. That's why we're so pissed in our late 30s now, because we're like, no, fuck you. It's not happening again, bitch. You can eat a bag of shit-covered dicks, Biden and company, because it ain't fucking happening again, dude. It's not going to happen on our watch. It's not going to happen ever again is what it is. And the thing about it is, when you actually look at how good we have gotten in the past 5 to 6 years when it comes to constitutional carry and stuff like that, we are so much better off as a nation right now, dude. So, anyway. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to finish this off in a minute or two here. I'm going to read through the actual legislation for South Carolina here. This was their House Bill 3594, which is constitutional carry there. It was 69 Republicans that were behind this as co-sponsors. It was actually introduced on my birthday this year, my 38th birthday. And there was a roll call vote today that was 90 yeas and 30 nays. And I almost guarantee this is party lines, dude. If it's not party lines, it's like very close to party lines, I'm sure. But yeah, this is all the different sections and stuff. I'm not going to read through all this, but basically it's like talking about like, it's obviously constitutional carry and actually, oh, that's interesting to note. Huh. So not only is this going to be a constitutional carry bill, it's also going to be a Second Amendment Preservation Act. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's what Ohio should have been, honestly, dude. It should have been a combination thereof. So yeah, it's basically talking about it being a constitutional carry bill and a Second Amendment thing to where federal government can't come in there and take your shit is what it is, dude. So it's all one shot. So this is actually a better version of constitutional carry than if that be the case, dude. Because it's like two bills in one, basically. Then, of course, it says, obviously relating to concealed weapons, sign requirements, provide signs must be posted at locations where carrying of a concealed weapon are prohibited. Amending sections relating to retired personnel, identification cards, blah, blah, blah. Just a lot of different stuff like that. Basically saying it's probably like houses of worship and stuff like that is probably like off limits still, is my guess, or just straight up government buildings would be my assumption there. You have to like post stuff to make sure that it is there, and that's obviously all the people that were co-sponsors of this. And you notice a pattern there. It's all Republican across the fucking board is what it is, dude. All a bunch of red, 0 Democrats on this. And then looking at the actual roll call vote that happened here, which was 90 yeas, 30 nays, and 1 never voted, and 3 people were absent from the General Assembly. So that's 124 people. I'm pretty sure they have a hell of a lot less counties than that too, by the way. So why they have 124 members of their General Assembly is kind of ridiculous, honestly, because it should be, again, 1 county, 1 rep kind of thing. But yeah, it was okay, so here you go. Yeah, it was all Republicans voted yes. 30 Democrats voted no. And 4 Democrats voted yes. 30 Democrats voted no. And then 3 Republicans were absent for the vote. And 1 Democrat was absent for the vote, and 2 Republicans were absent for the vote. Sorry, I was looking at the tallies on that thing. I was thinking that was the numbers. So it was so yay votes were 90 Republicans, 4 Democrats who are probably like blue dog Dems from back in the day is what it is. I'm guessing like the old school ones and stuff like that actually care about it, what it is and whatnot. So yeah, so you got the blue, like probably 4 blue dog Dems, like your I don't like saying Joe Manchin because that guy's a fucking scumbag in general, but there are certain things where he won't yield on is what it is. And that's the thing. You look back at state houses and stuff like that, and there's a few Democrats that are always going to be like pro-gun and stuff like that, just because the counties that they're in is what it is. So those are probably most likely who the Democrats were that voted yes on this. So you got, okay, I keep reading the tallies. It was the people that actually voted the one part. Okay, so the total votes were 90. It was 4 Democrats, 86 Republicans. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so it was 86 Republicans, 4 Democrats for a total of 90 votes. There you go. That's the problem. It should be the opposite way on this one. It should be Republican, Democrat, total. But it's opposite of that. It's total, and then it's party. So, okay, so you got 4 Democrats that voted yes, 86 Republicans voted yes for a total of 90. And then you had 30 other Democrats that voted no on it. You had 1 person from the Democrat Party that was not voting at all because they were either not there or whatever the case be. You had a 2nd Democrat that was absent, and then you had 2 Republicans that were absent. So potentially you would have had it be 88 Republicans, 4 Democrats, so it would have been 92 probably. And then you would have had like 32 Democrats voting no and 4 voting yes. So let's figure out who the actual yes votes for Democrats were here in South Carolina, so we know who these people are now. So first and foremost, one of the Democrat yes votes there was a guy named Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas Atkinson. So it'd be Representative Atkinson was a yes vote. And then we got Justin Bamberg. So Rep. Bamberg was a yes vote on this. And then, so that's 2 Democrats. Those are both guys, by the way. Let's see here. Republican, Democrat, Republican. Sorry, I'm trying to look for the D's that are actually yes votes on this. Huh, interesting. The one Republican that was not there has a follow the money thing here as an absent vote. So I wonder if they're getting paid to not even be there is what it is. Okay, let's see. Democrats all vote no. Democrats vote no. Okay, third Democrat is Jackie Coach Hayes. So sounds like probably a basketball coach is my guess, honestly, on that one. Not sure if Jackie is a guy or a girl. We're going to go find out real quick, actually, here. Jackie Hayes, South Carolina. Okay, Jackie is a dude. So that is 3 male Democrats that are all yes votes on this. And then let's see. Where is my 4th Democrat here? That would be a no vote, no vote, no vote, no vote, no vote. Republicans. Miller's trying to find that last D, baby. It is really hard, dude, when you're actually looking for it and you can't really find it is what it is. So, okay, those are both R's. D. Okay, so R. Okay. Trying to see. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so Okay, so Atkinson was number 1. Bamberg. Bamberg was 2. Okay. So that's 2. The coach guy was 3. And let's see, where is the 4th? I feel like it's like right here and I'm just missing it. Okay, let's see. 3. Republican. Democrat voting absent. Okay, that coach guy was 3, so there's that coach dude right there. And then we're looking for one more Dem here in this mix. All I'm seeing is Republicans. Republican. Democrat. Republican, Democrat, Republican. Okay, there we go. Russell Ott is the last Democrat. So yeah, all 4 were men. Imagine my shock about that, dude. That all 4 of the guys that voted for constitutional carry from the Democrat Party were all guys. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But like I said, you got 124 totals. You got 90 yeas, 86 of them were Republican. You got 30 nays, all of them were Democrat. You had 1 no vote Democrat, or I should say not voting Democrat, and you had 1 Democrat that was absent and 2 Republicans that were absent from the General Assembly today for this vote. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this whole thing when it's all said and done. And yeah, this is the nice thing about roll call voting, by the way, is you actually get to see how people are voting, and you get to understand how their minds work in most cases, and how they want to scumbag you is what it is, and why you need to vote them out. Power is what it is, man. Because that's the thing. The second that anybody votes against your constitutional rights to keep and bear arms, dude, they need not be in power anymore after that, dude. In fact, they should be thrown out of office based on deprivation of color of law is what it is. So, anyway, that's about it for today, though. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see constitutional carry in South Carolina. Obviously, it still has to go through their state senate for floor vote, and hopefully it'll pass there very easily, and then be on the governor's desk, and hopefully they'll sign it through is what it is. So, and then of course we'll be looking at Nebraska as well for probably 27, 28, somewhere in there. Same thing with Florida. And obviously, you got North Dakota. That's already basically a constitutional carry state, but it's going to be better, is what it is now. With that new version, is what it is. So we'll be at 27, or sorry, we'll be at 28 when it's all said and done. If I'm not mistaken, I believe North Dakota is already there as one of the original 25. I could be wrong about that though, actually. So I'm going to check that just to make 100% sure. Then. Just to confirm here. Let's see. Okay, that makes actually more sense now I'm thinking about it, because originally the way that North Dakota's was currently for their constitutional carry, it was for only eligible for residents of the state. So it'd be as long as you're actually a resident of North Dakota, you have the ability to constitutional carry there. But if somebody like me from Ohio went there or whatever the case be, we'd be fucked. We still have to have like a carry permit is what it is. So I'm assuming that's what their updated version would be. It would be expanding it out to everybody then across the country is what it would be then. That would want to come there and visit and stuff like that. It's like, nah, you're good, bro. You have constitutional carry too, is what it is. So, which is how it should be anyway. To me, it's fucking stupid to limit it to just state residents. That's ridiculous in general, and that to me is almost an infringement as well. But again, that's step number one, though. If you can even get that, dude, like get that, and then again go back to next General Assembly and get a better version and so forth and so on, all the way down the line to where it's the best thing possible is what it is. So. Anyway, that's about where we're at for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll be back for another one some point in the future. And, I'm going to bring back the 2A cast one of these days soon. I'm not sure exactly when. Probably not this Friday, though, if I do bring it back at all. It might become a weekend thing, actually. It might be like a Saturday or something like that, like Saturday afternoon or something like that, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, somewhere in there. I don't know anymore, dude. I'm debating. I'm still debating right now how I want to do it. So, but yeah, that's it for this grandstand. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one.